live from a generic magic school. It's Super Gamekast, dude. Now here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
What is up, everybody? It is Sunday, February 12th, 2023, and I am your host, Bronson Fiore, and you're listening to Super Gamekast 2. I am joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
We are so ready to jettison the 2 at this point. I can feel it.
I like had to remember it for a minute. I was like,
right, we haven't made that change yet, right?
Did we do the name change yet?
We'll do it after this episode.
Yeah, okay. And then we have our lovely mod mommy, Emily Hulslander.
What's up, my nerds?
And then finally, our very own HR Ninja. You'll never see the layoff coming, Jesse Pewitt.
I hope you do. I hope you see it coming.
He's a very nice ninja.
Oh, Jesus.
Ninja with
fuck.
honor. God damn it.
But also, good morning.
Super Bowl pregame show, yes. Go commercials.
Man, yeah. I think we're gonna try and keep this episode short for Super Bowl reasons. But also, yeah, I don't. These two teams, I do not. This was a weird season.
Give two shits about.
Yeah, we saw Eagles kind of jump out ahead, and it seemed like a pretty decent chance they were gonna make it. And then the Chiefs stumbled, and then they came back because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like, okay, whatever. All the interesting teams got kicked out by the end. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's like these teams have both won a Super Bowl. These teams both have I am so disinterested in this particular series. It's the first one in a while.
Right.
Yeah, like I was really hoping for San Francisco. I was really hoping for Buffalo and Cincinnati, like a bunch of teams that didn't have one, or San Francisco because I'm near the area, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where just, yeah, regardless of outcome, Philly burns tonight. You're not
I
wrong.
mean, yeah.
You're not wrong.
If not a giant party, then a fucking riot. That's basically
that's how it works.
I will always remember that quote from the Bombcast when San Francisco won the World Series and there were riots going on. Yeah, you burn the mattress and then you throw it into the bus.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I would do it the reverse order. That just seems safer. But hey.
Yeah. That's fair. If we lose, we riot.
If we win, we riot. Fire here. Any excuse.
We riot.
Okay, over under.
That is just Bay Area sports. But sorry, go on.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of sports, but yeah, Bay Area and definitely Philly for sure.
Yeah.
Over under chances of seeing Resident Evil 4 HD or Street Fighter 6 commercial during this.
I'm saying Resident Evil very high, super high, because it's out in a month and like a week. So
yeah.
I'm also betting we're going to. So there's been a rumor floating around. My Twitter sphere and other places that we're going to get a GTA 6 teaser at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I thought they weren't that far
I hope
along.
Man, I hope that's true. I would love to come back here next week and speculate on GTA 6.
I know. Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Let's go.
That would be better than anything else that could possibly happen, honestly.
I mean, it's been 10 years.
10 years.
Has it really?
And that game is incredible.
It came out September 2013. I vividly remember it because I was working at AT&T in the swing shift, and we wrapped up our shift, and then we drove to and we both worked overtime, me and a friend of mine, and we drove to GameStop, got there literally at like 12:05, picked up our copies, left, and then played it all night.
Yep.
Nice. As you should. As
I was 23, so I actually had the energy to do those kind of things.
Sure.
So now, first off, I would almost never go to a midnight launch now. Ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit.
Dude, what?
I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, no, like, I think of it, there would be very few games I'd be willing to do that for now. I don't think it'd be a complete no, but it'd have to be something I'm just so over the moon excited for. And two, it's like, okay, like with the exception of my PlayStation, everything I like play and buy is digital. So
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
PlayStation the only thing I'm buying hard copies for still. So it's kind of this thing where, you know, yeah. So
The last time
yeah,
I
so
was
it's like,
at a launch was Death Stranding, and that was on a whim. I had no interest in that game until like a week before, and everyone started like releasing their thoughts on it in like 2-hour increments. I gotta check this out. That was it.
I'm trying to think. I think it was Destiny.
Really?
I want to say it was, yeah, I think it was Destiny 1
Huh.
Damn.
was the last one that I went to.
Was a long time ago.
So that was 9 years ago.
I mean, go to a Street Fighter 6 one.
Probably not. Can we ban this person?
I got you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Bang.
No advertising your shit unless you're a personal friend of ours.
I don't think I go to an SF6 one. I think I just I'm getting it on Steam. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting it on PS5, but even then, like, because it's just so much easier to go to Best Buy the next fucking morning.
Seriously though,
10
like what the
10
fuck?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But again, like, yeah, this goes back to the fun of a midnight release, which, yeah, if you don't have friends with you to camp out and, like, eat food and talk video games, then yeah.
yeah, like I really enjoyed the Pokemon X one because it was me and some coworkers, and we ended up running into our boss there, which was super funny. And then, like, we, watching my friend hit on this girl, and we were 22 and 23 at the time, and then realized she was 17, and then laughed my ass off at him,
Good. Yeah.
and that was hilarious.
But
Yeah, he
that
goes up and
happens.
starts talking to this. Yeah, he goes up and starts talking to this girl, like, "Oh, do you go to college right now?" And she's like, "No, I'm in my senior year of high school." And I'm just like, "Oh, how?"
gonna be exiting this conversation.
Yeah.
That's
It was
funny.
funny, dude. Yeah,
That's what you get for trying to hit on people at a Pokemon release. You gotta do it at the adult releases.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
do it. You gotta do it at the Destiny launch,
Yeah,
or
sure.
yeah,
Do it at the GTA
I would.
launch.
Baldur's Gate 3. If Baldur's Gate 3 got a launch, that's probably where you would go.
Oh, that'd be a fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
Diablo. There you go.
There you go.
That's a launch for old people.
Yeah.
I was in the Diablo 3 line, so I would go to a console launch, however, because those are hard to get traditionally at launch. So it's worth doing the camp out. And two, there's just like this weird buzz about a console launch that's super fun. It's different from a game launch, because there's like a game launch like once a month, but like a console launch, that's an event. That's every 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, and then talking
That's
to
a
people and
party
figuring
is
out
what that
what
is.
launch games they're gonna play. And
Oh, one of my favorite memories doing stuff for the Gamer Access was doing the PS4 launch and interviewing those people in line and asking them, "Why aren't you getting an Xbox? It's out in 2 days." And them being like, "Oh, it doesn't play used games." And they rolled that back, and like all this other shit that wasn't true anymore. And I'm like, "Oh my god,
They're fucked.
they're
on the
fucked."
Xbox 360.
Yep. Yeah, they're fucked. They're completely fucked. It's over.
And here we are in
or
2023.
Yep. Or like people thinking like Destiny was a PlayStation exclusive. Like
Yep.
that was crazy. That was fucking crazy. It was just like, no, it's gonna be on everything. And I didn't correct any of them. I was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
That's
sorry,
funny.
what Ninja?
Oh, yeah, what was that?
I was just saying, sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was just recently watching an old Giant Bomb video of like 30 minutes of them reading through the Xbox One, like explaining how you can play video games on their console. And like the various caveats of sharing games when you can't use used games. It's like, all right, like, and it was like a good faith, like, okay, how do you understand this? Like, what? And just, it was so confusing and ridiculous. Like
That
Right.
fucking Sony video that they released, it's like, here's how you can share games between friends, and then they just hand over the game.
that's it. Like cool. And that was a funny thing about that conference is at the same time they announced all that and like we're capitalizing on all that, they slipped in like, oh yeah, you're paying for what was it, PlayStation Plus, or no, they were paying for online. They didn't have to pay for online before, but in that same conference they slipped in, you're paying for online now, and no one cared because guess what? I can play my used games on this.
I can play my used games, and it's $400 in an era where a 400 console was $400 was the right price point.
There was totally speculation that PS4 was going to be $500.
Yep. And then apparently that was like a game day decision. Like they because they did their press conference second. They like said, okay, the price will be $400. We'll take out the camera, and okay.
Yeah.
Like, which was fucking brilliant. It was good call, guys. Like, good job.
It threw so much shade at Microsoft in the best way possible.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where I look at it and I'm just like, man, what a complete fucking pivotal point in game history.
Huge.
But yeah, so like stuff like that's exactly why I'm very big on the whole console launch. But like going to a game midnight release, no, I'm good. I'm 32. You know,
not looking to make friends with the type of people that are going to be hanging out in those lines.
Well, like, not really.
You're just physically don't want to go through that process anymore.
Yeah, like you have to wait outside in the fucking cold or in your car, and like, and most of my friends I already play video games, so I don't need new friends to play games with.
I mean, I guess not. Nice to make new friends every once in a while.
It is.
I like my friends. I don't need new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose if your friend list is capped, you're good.
Yeah, and then like, so it's like one of those things where like the last, like, and I did the Switch launch line, and that was great. I nearly froze to death, but that was great.
Yeah, right.
I had a fun time, but like, so.
But with World of Warcraft, MMOs releasing, digitally, the ability to release all these digitally, like, really for preservation cases, right? Like, I have a copy of 2 Human in my closet.
Yeah, like, it's, well, because, like, in World of Warcraft started doing their collector's editions only on the Blizzard store.
Oh.
So you can only get it mailed anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. And I haven't bought the last 2. I skipped Shadowlands and Dragonflight collector's editions.
Right.
Didn't pick them up.
Yeah.
So.
Was a disk drive in their PC anyway?
Not on the current one. My last one had one. The one that I built in 2016, I committed to having a DVD drive still.
Why? Just because you're watching DVDs on there, or?
Like old games and shit like that. But then, like, I was building Jarvis here, and when I built Jarvis, I was just like, I don't know if I want to fucking put another DVD drive in here. That's another hookup. Blah blah blah. And Anthony just pointed out, why don't you just get an external one if you need one that badly?
It was $20. It's a DVD reader. I mean,
yeah,
DVD
so it's like,
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, and like, if I really want to watch Blu-rays or DVDs that bad, I'm right there. It's right there.
Right.
So it's,
yep, that makes sense.
So yeah, like it's, yeah, I feel like a lot of people aren't in that space anymore.
True.
So. Good memories though. A lot of good memories at midnight launches.
A lot of good memories.
Like I like the Halo midnight launches, like when we all went to Halo Reach, like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 one. I wasn't even excited about that one. I just had friends that wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, sure.
Right, yeah.
Like, it was a good time, like. But between the digital stuff and the fact that if you're on the West Coast, digital is way better because you get on 9 p.m.
Right.
The day before.
Yep.
So fucking why would you ever?
Why would you ever? Yeah. I do think it's fun to, if you have friends, like it's something to do at night. Have fun, go out somewhere for a little bit.
Yeah, if you live in a city like Reno where there's nothing to do, or back then there was nothing to do.
Back then, when there was nothing to do, and you like, it was just fun hanging out in the parking lot, grab some drinks from the nearby store, and then just hang out.
Yeah, you'd go to the Target across the street, then walk over to the GameStop, or if it was a mall launch, you'd go to the food court, grab food, and then just chill and wine.
You hop in a car all together, drive over, blast video game music, go over to the store. It's a good time. It's a good way to spend the day.
I actually had a really funny experience with a midnight launch, like 2 midnight launches back to back, and like with a month, because I went to the Madden midnight launch, which was the same night as the Guild Wars 2 launch.
Yeah, all right.
And you could not have 2 more different lines. And I'm in the Madden line, and I get my copy, and I pick up Madden. I see the Guild Wars line. I'm just like, these could not be any more different people if they tried. And then and then I leave. And then a month later, the Mists of Pandaria launch happens, and it's the same day as the FIFA launch.
Yep.
And same situation, but I'm in the opposite line this time.
All right.
Oh
yeah.
God.
I do enjoy the nights where there's dual launches, depending on what you're picking up. Because I remember it was either Grand Theft Auto 5 or it was a Call of Duty game, and there were so many people waiting out at this Best Buy, and we just kind of moved to the front of the line. It's like, can I get my Pokemon X and Y? And thank you. All right.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have fun.
I think it was Call of Duty. So
yeah, that was a launch that I remember, and like I was in line for Pokemon and not for Call of Duty, but like there were people that were like there for both, and people that were there for Call of Duty.
One or the other.
What a weird group of people.
Right? Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Okay. I this was a really good one. I've told this story on the podcast before. I didn't go to a Skyrim midnight launch, but they had 2 launches for Skyrim, a midnight one and then a 9 a.m. one. And I went to the 9 a.m. one, but it wasn't to pick up Skyrim.
Okay.
It was to pick up the Metal Gear Solid HD collection.
That's right.
Which had 2, 3 Peace Walker HD on PS3 trophies, all that stuff. And they were not ready for it. They were. I literally like. They're like, okay, do you want Skyrim on PS3, 360, or PC? I'm like, no. I'm here to get the Metal Gear collection. It also launched today. And this like poor GameStop employee just stops in his tracks, like,
you want what?
You want what?
What?
And yeah, and I'm like, it launched. Yeah, Metal Gear launched today, and it's like, and like literally, this dude's like, yeah, okay, I'll be right back. And he starts like shuffling around through boxes and new releases, moving away all the Skyrim stuff. Doesn't find it. Has to ask the other coworker. They try, doesn't find it. They go grab the manager. The manager goes around back and digs in the bag. So I've officially completely stopped the Skyrim launch.
Yeah.
Just
well done.
Completely stopped it, and then they eventually find it. They ring me up, and then I leave.
There you go. You got it. But like,
continue about your business. Everything's cool.
Whatever. They're gonna play that game for another 10 years. Like they can wait a few hours.
They can wait 20 minutes. Jesus.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, and they'll end up buying it 3 more times.
Exactly.
Yeah. There we go.
Which the special edition of Skyrim is on sale for $10 right now on Steam.
Yeah.
I opened up Steam
Is it
and it was
really?
on my homepage. Yeah, it's on my homepage, and it's like, oh, okay.
So you gotta give it
or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the PC version was so if you own Skyrim and all of its DLC, then you got the special edition for free. Because that's what happened to me. Because I had all of that on PC, and then they were like, hey, this is now in your library for free. Enjoy it. I'm like, neat. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Also get the anniversary edition.
Yeah, and then we And then we did a video on Skyrim Special Edition. It's like, yep, it's prettier Skyrim, all right. All right, boys, cool.
Well
Great.
done, everyone.
Good job.
God.
You know.
Good times.
So yeah. Another thing I have fond memories of was Harry Potter.
Oh boy. All right.
Going to those, getting those Harry. Did you guys ever go to any of the book launches?
No.
To the last one.
Okay, yeah, I went
did
to
one
the
long time ago.
last two book launches.
I didn't start reading it until about 3 months before the last book came out.
I started reading at the second book, I want to say. Yeah, like the first two books were out.
Sure.
But yeah, and I'm not gonna say I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, I like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I know my house. I am a Gryffindor. I'm sure that shocked no one.
If I knew where my shirt was, I'd represent my House Gryffindor pride.
I'm gonna try and predict the houses here. Aaron, I am betting you are a Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Good guess.
Good guess. Okay. And then Jesse, I'm gonna say Ravenclaw.
No.
It used
I'm
to be
guessing House
Ravenclaw, but
Slytherin.
it's not anymore. It's not Slytherin either.
Damn it!
Wow.
Are you a
Not driven
Gryffindor
or
too?
ambitious enough for Slytherin.
So my entire life I have flipped between Gryffindor and Slytherin. That is literally every time I've taken
That
that
sounds
damn
about right
Pottermore
with you.
test. But the last two times I have taken it, I got Gryffindor, so I just accept Gryffindor. So,
Yeah, I used to get Ravenclaw, and then at some point, I think like probably right after college, it switched to Hufflepuff.
Oh.
I've never I've never gotten Slytherin, but it's always moved around. But the official Pottermore quiz when that came out was really, oh my god, and then I got Hufflepuff there. So
yeah, I have taken the Pottermore test every time it's changed, and it went Slytherin, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Gryffindor, Gryffindor, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit on Gryffindor.
the hat says, "Are you sure? You'd be a very good Slytherin."
Fuck off, hat.
Fuck the sweaty hat.
Get out of your hat.
To be fair, those are my two favorite colors, green and red.
Sure.
So not a fan of the series. The game is fantastic but unstable. Crashed my Steam twice. Guess my house. Parker, I would assume Ravenclaw.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Ravenclaw.
Yeah, it's tough for me between Ravenclaw and Slytherin.
Okay,
Correct.
he apparently he is Ravenclaw. All right, sure.
Yeah, I'd say like younger Parker would have been Slytherin, but modern day Parker, I'm like that
Ravenclaw,
totally
without
Ravenclaw.
question.
Sure. Yeah, I hear the PC version's kind of Avengers level
Well,
borked.
Jay,
It's a little
really
messed
that
up.
bad?
Well, okay, probably not as
Well,
bad
the
as
PC version
Avengers.
anyway.
Okay, yeah, because like
The
I was
consoles are
going to
fine,
buy
from what
it.
I hear.
Yeah, so if I was gonna buy it, I was gonna go on PS5 because it had exclusive content.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Well,
gonna
I
lie,
guess the adaptive triggers are like a huge deal on the PS5 version, and the PC version doesn't have those, despite having PS5 support, like PS5 controller support.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I will say I definitely did consider getting the PC version though, because one the CD Keys site I go to has it for $48, and I was like,
Really?
ooh, that's not a bad deal. And also, in this case, the money probably wouldn't go to J.K. Rowling.
I wouldn't know.
So-
I don't know what CD key site you're using, but yeah.
Yeah, well, so there's always this gray area with these where it's like sometimes the keys in this particular one, it's like sometimes the keys are legit, but sometimes they're not. So it's kind of a coin toss.
Are you
Oh,
going
man.
to G2A? Don't go to G2A.
I'm not going to G2A. I'm going to CD Keys. CD Keys.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Try something fanatical.
It was cheap enough for me to get the deluxe edition, and it'd be cheaper than the actual game
Okay.
back when I bought it.
Out now, save 12%. So probably the same. Standard's
Maybe.
62 or 52.79. Deluxe is 61.59.
Yeah, on CD Keys you can get it for the regular edition for $48.89.
Okay.
So if you have ethical concerns with buying this game, but you still want to play it, these third-party key sites may be your road to doing it.
I don't.
There's also a hat you can wear, and an eye patch, and you can go that route.
Yeah, if you can figure that one out, you can do that.
Yeah,
That's probably if
yeah,
you're really concerned about the ethical stuff, that's probably the best way to go about it.
yes, 100%.
But yeah, I don't know. How do
In fact,
we start talking about this?
Well, I mean, so J.K. Rowling is a noted transphobe.
Yes.
Doesn't like trans people.
Yep.
And that's shitty of her, but you know, it is what it is.
Super shitty.
And she's connected to all of Harry Potter, like every last bit of fucking Harry Potter. Like it is what it is. Like whether you like it or not.
Yep.
At the like. Hold on, we got a comment in the chat. They are fantastic books. The early ones lean more for kids, but the series grows, matures at the same rate. The three leads, Harry, Ron, and Hermione do. Yes, I absolutely agree with that.
So I only read from the first up to like the middle of the fourth one, and then I read like the first half of the last one. And god damn, I really enjoyed Prisoner of Azkaban. I read through that in like 2.
Yeah, I read through the 6th book in literally one sitting. I got it the day it came out, and I fucking just boom, one shot.
Yeah, and I get what Parker's saying here because the way I skipped ahead, but the way she's writing in the 7th book, healing, I really like the style change.
That was actually Squaresoft Golden JRPG era.
Oh, my bad.
So
sorry.
Yeah,
on my chat thing, you're both the same color name.
Oh, weird. Okay,
yeah.
But anyway, he's blue on mine. Anyway,
he's blue on mine too.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, J.K. Rowling wrote some fantastic books, which led to other people making really good media. But because she's a transphobe and are possibly other things, that one is kind of up for debate. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to play the game and want to completely boycott Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. Which that's completely valid. If you have those beliefs and you believe in those things, absolutely do that. It does not hurt anybody. It is a good thing. If you believe it'll help, right on. More power to you. The thing is, though, is this boycott, for some people, it turned into kind of a harassment campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a website where you could enter a streamer's name and see if they played Hogwarts Legacy, and then people were doing this and going and harassing people who were playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Right. Like, this tool by itself seemed to suggest, like, the idea was you would search it and you would unfollow the person, which if that was what it was limited to, fine. If that's up to the individual to decide. But of course, with a tool like this, the worst of us will start just bullying other people with it. And it's like...
Yeah, 100%.
What the fuck are people doing?
Yeah, so like, so people were using this, like, oh, you'd use this as an unfollow tool. No one did that. Not a fucking
I'm sure some people did it, but like, man, the people.
Not many.
Apparently, not enough.
No. Yes, apparently not enough, and we're like, fuck this. So like. Yeah, so what ends up happening is there are a lot of people going around to people who are streaming Hogwarts Legacy and harassing them and bullying them and saying horrible, horrible shit to them. There's one clip that I posted. It's the 3rd clip in the docket where I'm not sure if you guys ever watched the YouTuber girlfriend reviews, but they're super funny, super sweet. They've never said anything bad about anyone.
Yeah.
They harassed the girlfriend of girlfriend reviews.
To the point where she was crying.
Where she was crying, and they had to take a break. Yeah.
And to those people that did that, there is a special place in hell for all of you.
If you want to play the clip here.
Oh god, there's audio. I was really hoping it would. I'd like to not.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand why you
it's
that,
bad,
but
though. Like the guy of girlfriend reviews is like, y'all fucking done it now.
Like,
Yeah,
not in
so
like that literal sense, but he gave
yeah,
that
so
tone, and I'm just like,
well, the really fucked up part is like he put it to subs only mode in the chat to make it would stop, and then people were just subscribing to continue harassing them.
What?
which
Wow.
you know, if this was
Wow.
someone who was like seasoned with asshole people, it's like, yeah, give me money. But like this
Yeah,
poor person was not
well,
asking for that.
What a
yeah,
shake.
like that. Man, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, like I was just like, man, like that is like some big brain strat. Like
Yeah,
I know that
that's some
wasn't his
galaxy brain
intent.
shit. Like,
Yeah, like not gonna lie, guys. If this ever happens to us, we need to immediately run that play. You know.
Yeah, right.
Well, we got a comment in the chat. Hey, I think everyone has to make their own decisions about how much they can separate art from the artist. I do think it's a point to point out there are a lot of more people that work on most projects than just the creator. Well, yes,
There's that
absolutely.
aspect for sure.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling wasn't involved with this shit. There's a trans character in the game.
yeah,
You know? There is a someone found a clip that I saw on TikTok or a painting of a woman being burned at the stake, and it looks very suspiciously close to J.K. Rowling.
Oh man.
Yeah.
jeez.
Which you can
So-
interpret it actually either way.
oh shit,
Right.
Either like taking some mess to J.K. Rowling, or it's like, oh, J.K. Rowling's a martyr for all these haters.
Mhm, mhm.
right?
But I don't know.
So
The other thing is
So-
one of the higher ups at this game company that helped make this game was also a supporter of the Gamergate stuff, but that is one person out of dozens and dozens.
Well, that guy got
Well-
fired or left or something a
Did he
few years
leave?
ago, I think. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so Asmongold got his own. He got harassed because he was playing it.
Sure.
You know, and this was a comment. No, this man's mother died about a year ago.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and this person tweeted at Asmongold. Asmongold posted, shocking me that people think the way to protest Hogwarts Legacy is to bully and harass those who are playing and streaming it. No one likes this. You're not helping anyone. You're being a piece of shit.
Yep.
Which, yes, is that. This man is right more often than he is wrong, even if he is a trash goblin.
It depends on when he's being
that's-
Asmongold and when he's being human being.
Zach.
Zach, yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. So, and then the person responded with it. If you're a streamer and you get asked for playing the dumb transphobe game, I want you to know you deserve it. Heart. And then replies to himself with, "Let people enjoy and play the game. No, I want you to watch a loved one die within the next year. I don't care who, but you have to love them and you have to watch them die."
Yeah, that's a good one to send to
Yep.
Asmongold specifically. That's
a good take.
comment.
Yep. This one kind of reminded me of some of the ones we used to get on the Gamer Access. Suck my dick and choke on it, you tiny bitch. Moreover, ice must be destroyed.
Oh, I know that guy. That person. If that's on
No.
Twitter.
That's his Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't
that
know
person.
who.
Oh my
Huh.
god.
Okay. Let's see. You know, so and then Big Baby. I'm a big baby. Wah, big baby need binky. You just play the game. No one know if you just play the game. Well, that's not enough. You need to announce it, make a point about how you're playing it, and are morally correct. So you don't need to. And then the rest of it is cut off by his stream. So, here we go. Make a point how playing the game is good and morally correct, so you don't feel bad about it. You need to convince everyone you're a small being. And I'm like, dude. I don't think anyone is like being, or like most people streaming this or playing this are not like doing it because they support J.K. Rowling. I think they're doing it because there are assholes who are like, yeah, she's fucking against transphobe. I'm gonna buy the game. You know, but
yeah, but like no, that's the big problem with this is like I feel like some severely online people do not realize that there are it's a whole generation that's defined by Harry Potter who have no idea what's going on with J.K. Rowling. Probably checked out the moment she said, "Oh yeah, no, they magic their pants away or their shit away when they shit their pants." Like, okay, I'm not going to listen to J.K. Rowling anymore. I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah.
But like, they don't know what's going on, and I understand because I know one of those people that you commented. They are like deep in the knowledge of like protests and activism and things like that. And if you're paying attention to the things that J.K. Rowling is saying and doing, that she's been doing for years now, like it is horrible what she's doing.
Yes.
But there's an assumption that everyone's on the same page on that, and oh my god, that's not the case. So many people have checked out of what J.K. Rowling's up to, and they just want to experience Harry Potter because they love Harry Potter.
Yep.
Right, exactly. And like there are people at my work, we just had Harry Potter Day at my work. Right?
Like wait, at Microsoft?
Yes.
What?
Okay, let me
Okay.
So Microsoft has this thing where like they'll do fun little events throughout the year to keep people engaged and whatnot. And like one of those, we had like a Harry Potter week. And like one of the days was a dress up day. Like my girlfriend showed up in like her Hufflepuff robes.
Yeah.
Imagine Lord of the Rings game made with the same passion and love that was put into Hogwarts Legacy.
I want it.
No, I'm good. I don't need a game to tell me about this tree for 3 chapters.
Yes. Tell me about where the hills lie.
Let me tell you, like, fucking Tolkien, man, he's just less shitty Steinbeck.
I was gonna say, I thought we got that with Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor.
We kind of did.
The system is so good in that game.
Yeah, that was cool. I did like the parts of that game a lot, but
I still need to play that.
like there are people who could give a fuck about J.K. Rowling or don't know anything about J.K. Rowling, but they grew up with Harry Potter and they really fucking like Harry Potter and they just want to play the fucking Harry Potter game.
Yep,
that's it. That's fucking all. That's the end of the day, Or there are people who know what J.K. Rowling's doing, but they still love her work that she made.
Right.
And the thing is like the whole no ethical consumption under capitalism. Like you buying a product does not necessarily mean you support the shitty thing that's related to it. We all own one of these, right? Every one of us, correct? Smartphone?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we support fucking all the fucked up shit that goes into making smartphones happen.
Sure. It took 2 decades to finally get a masterful Harry Potter game, so yeah, I want to play it. This is the second masterful Harry Potter game. The first one is the Quidditch game that I can't remember the name of, but
yes, that game was really good.
And Quidditch is noticeably absent from.
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard that Quidditch was like non-existent in this game. I'm like,
I think it'll be DLC.
It probably will.
What they need to do is they need to put the PC people need to put a mod in where you they need to put a mod in where what happens is you load it up and then you go to do Quidditch and then it just boots up a GameCube emulator with the Quidditch game.
Yes.
I forget its name.
Oh my god, yes.
And then you can mod it so you can have like big head mode.
Yeah. Also, I am sad. The site I went to get GameCube ROMs no longer exists.
Oh yeah, they did. They got rid of that one.
Oh, there's a Reddit. There's a subreddit.
There's always a way. Just look it up.
It's got a database for ROMs for every console.
I'm just saying,
every game.
If you want to put that in our private Discord, that would be very nice.
Appreciated.
I will only emulate the GameCube games I own, but I don't want to fucking go drag out my Wii and hook it up to my living room TV to play goddamn GameCube games.
Yeah.
Comment
that team should make the official Final Fantasy X Blitzball game. Someone.
Fucking yes.
Yes.
That is a missed opportunity for Square if I've ever seen one.
I mean, they're going through 7 now. People have feelings about 8 and 9. They'll get to 10 eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make
Thank you very, very much, my friend.
I got you.
Yar. J.K. Rowling. So like, you're not a fucking bad, shitty person if you play or enjoy this fucking game. Unless that you're buying this for the purpose of, yeah, I support J.K. Rowling.
Like, yeah, no, and there are totally people in these comments, especially if you go far down enough, that are like doing this and very clearly just to like absolve J.K. Rowling of all wrongdoing and to convert others. This has been super depressing for me because there are a number of aspects about this conversation and this controversy that go back to Gamergate.
Mm.
And,
that makes sense.
And it's like we've learned nothing. We have learned absolutely nothing from what happened there. From the people on the left, people on the right, people that are not involved but then like get involved to spite another person, the media mishandling their shit, like
well, and then it's people making assumptions also, because like, I told you my girlfriend's a huge Harry Potter fan, and on Harry Potter Day she like wore her Hufflepuff robes and like dominated that Harry Potter trivia that we did.
Nice.
Good.
Like the only reason her team did not win is she was in a meeting in the last two sections of the trivia.
Someone mistimed their trivia.
Well, meetings are going on all day long at that fucking company. So
then what are we doing?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna miss some. Like I missed the only reason that Gryffindor did not at least get second is I missed the entire first day of trivia.
Wow.
Because I was in fucking meetings and talking and trainings and and like if you're like a team lead at Microsoft, you like it seems like you are permanently in a meeting.
Wow. Okay.
So like legit.
All right.
Can confirm. Eventually, you get up the ladder so far that it's all meetings and you don't have time to actually work.
Yeah. No, dude, and that's insane. It drives me insane. And like we have leadership openings happening, and I'm just like debating if I want to put in for one.
God damn, that's amazing.
And it's because of that, because like I'm really enjoying this project work. But yeah, so do I really want to sit in meetings for multiple hours a day?
Right.
No.
No,
Somebody
exactly.
at that stage in my career, no.
Like I really enjoy building this bot. Do I want to sit in meetings for 6 hours a day instead?
Hell no.
Exactly.
But no, and like, back to the assumption thing though. Like, so she's worn her Harry Potter robes twice, once on Halloween, once, and she dominated trivia, and then like she finds out on Friday, like she's boycott. She says, "Oh yeah, I'm boycotting the game because I don't necessarily agree with J.K. Rowling." And one of the coworkers on our team was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I thought you like legitimately like really would were a big J.K. Rowling stan and everything because of how much you like the books and everything."
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
No, not at all. But
there are Harry Potter fans who ignore that the cursed child exists, let alone like they don't support.
That's because it doesn't exist.
That's because it doesn't exist. But let alone like the book she wrote after that was about like a man dressing up as a woman to murder another woman, which is like cool. Good job, J.K. Rowling. Jeez, you're not. This is just your personality now, huh? No one who is into Harry Potter cares about that book. Like that's not how this works.
Hogwarts Legacy is so much fun. I completed the storyline and it's awesome. Yeah, great, man.
Nice.
Really glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for it to be on like sale or get it cheap. I'm not. But like the thing is, though, is like once again, let's put it this way: I had no interest in getting this game this week and waiting to get it. When I found out these harassment campaigns were happening, I was like, oh fuck these people! I'm gonna go buy copies for myself and everyone I fucking know.
Right, and that's
fuck these people.
That's part of that like whole issue. Like it just becomes like this fight, and it's like there are people who are informed on politics that assume everyone is informed as well on the same stuff. Like it's a lesson that those people in particular have to learn over and over and over again, as the vast majority of people are not. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because we're all fucking working 40-hour jobs and we're just trying to enjoy what time we do have.
Right.
Exactly. Like it's great to be engaged with all that stuff and be into it, but like the vast majority of people aren't. Like they got a life to live.
It's good
like
to be informed on that stuff. It is a good thing, but if you're not informed, that doesn't make you a bad person. It's just there's a lot going on in this short life. And depending on where you're coming from, you may not be in the best environment to receive that information.
Right. Like you and I are working, trying to get this channel running and going to school all at the same fucking time.
We're working and then working on skills and then working on this. And that's the reason that we're caught up on a lot of this stuff is because we're online, checking out game news and like that. And the whole point of this show is to catch other people up on it.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the fact that, like, we actually want to have nuanced discussion about this. We don't want to come on and be like, Brog, fucking the harassment people are right, or the fucking so-and-so people are right. Like...
We've blown up at each other on this show before, but that was, like, early
on. Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it wasn't like we hated each other or anything. It was just it's a passionate discussion. Like that's
yes, and you and I have been friends for fucking 10 years or 15 years.
15, yeah, 16.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where it's just like, you get mad at your friends sometimes. They say shit you don't agree with.
Well, it's not even that it wasn't even that we were mad. It was just like it was, how do you deal with crunch? And like it's something to be passionate about, but it's not like we hated each other for it. It's like it's what happens. But yeah, you have to be in an environment and with people in the right mindset to be able to have those conversations, and that's hard. And going onto Twitter to have those conversations, you're not getting anywhere. Let me tell you. The algorithm pushes the most extreme opinions to the top and gets the most views every time because that's how they make money.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those things where just, and I wish more people would, and we have this in our community to an extent as well, certain people, where like they just get one certain viewpoint and they just sit there and they stick with it, and then they fucking agree with everything around that viewpoint, and just it's that echo chamber thing.
Right.
And we try to not have that here as best we fucking can.
We've tried engaging it, and that has not worked. So yeah, we've just had to say like, hey, can we just not?
Yeah, so we tried real. By the way, the name of that Harry Potter game was Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup.
Yes, which they should make another one of those.
They should absolutely.
They should make a whole season in this game. That would make me consider checking the game out.
Yeah, well, hey, guess what? See, there's a GameCube ROM of that if you have a running, functioning Dolphin emulator.
All right. Oh yeah.
That game was fucking awesome.
Cool. This leads me to another point, though, is what's been so frustrating about this. Oh, Iron Rose. People canceling others for playing this game is where I see society is crashing. It's like, yeah. Here, I'll come back to that. But it's like we've talked about this with like crunch. We've talked about this with other issues regarding certain game developers and games coming out, and we figured this out. We talked about it a lot, but like year one, if not the beginning of year two of this podcast, boycotts don't work. Like, that's not how you go about it. You say, I'm not playing it, and I'm not playing it for this reason. And maybe you play the game, maybe you don't. Maybe you play this Harry Potter Quidditch game, and then you spend time talking about the issue, explaining, J.K. Rowling's views and how she's involved and how she benefits from the sale of the game. And then maybe you have like a charity that you are raising money for.
Yep, I saw that all over Twitch this week, where like literally almost every big streamer except a handful streaming the game were like, oh yeah, any money I make off of this game is going to trans charities.
There you go.
And, Girlfriend Reviews, their streaming went to the Trevor Project.
Yep.
Nice.
So.
Yep.
Good.
Awesome.
And like that's how you do it. That is how you do it, and it's frustrating because we've we've now known this on this podcast for a good long time, and to see this still happening, just like,
Yeah.
it is 2023. We have been on the internet. We all have been growing up on the internet. We know what this is.
Well, it's the what was it? The Asmongold quote. Every video game boycott is a 2-minute trailer away from being over.
Mm-hmm.
And that is true as fuck.
If any game
like,
had a shot of getting actually boycotted, it was Pokemon for deciding to not include every single Pokemon, like, because people are passionate about that shit. And you want to know what happens day one? You go onto that Steam group that said that they were boycotting every single person, or it wasn't Steam, but you know.
Then you go there, go to your Switch friends list, you see all these fuckers playing Pokemon.
Sword and Shield, Sword and Shield, Sword and Shield. Put your Pokemon to work for labor.
Yep.
All in.
Put your Pokemon where your mouth is.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, it's it's one of those things where just, oh man.
But like,
yeah.
And I also want to take a moment to talk about like the way the media responded. Like, if you are a media group and you as a group decide you don't want to cover it, like, I honestly think that's fine. Even if you're a big site, like if that's just what the individuals of that site, they say they don't want to do it, then I get that. But like, then like Wired put out like a 1 out of 10 review for Hogwarts Legacy. And then IGN came out with a 9 out of 10 review, and then you like read the review and it's like, this does not, you say in your own review that the story is lackluster, that it's like breaking in various ways that take you out of it. Like, I get from, as a Pokemon fan, I understand how you still rate that a 9 out of 10 because you created the world that people wanted to be in. But like when you read it, it's like weird. And I don't know, it's and then they don't mention the J.K. Rowling stuff until like a comment like down below. And it's like, we figured this out. Through the Gamergate stuff and all that, we figured it out. You review the game and score it based on what the game itself is, and then in the review, address the concerns that are happening outside. That's what we did for Crunch. That's what we did for that. If you have like blurbs that are like blown up because people like to skim through to get to the score, so they catch those few quotes, put one in there. Like, we figured this out. Why are we doing this now?
Yeah, well, and every site handles it differently. Like you if you go and check like GameSpot, they don't have a review, but they have a bunch of like guide articles on like, oh, this is how you solve this puzzle. This is what are the differences between houses. So like, they're not reviewing it, but they're also not talking about the news story bit of it, and it's just very confusing. And then IGN has a review, and then Polygon. I think Polygon's not covering it too much.
I would believe that,
to my knowledge.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So it's just like this weird fucking thing of just like, they're all handling it differently, and it's like, well, okay, that's one way to handle that, I guess.
but it's like,
you know,
yeah, I don't know. I thought we figured it out, but I guess. And again, I don't mind publications being like, we're just not going to review it because the people at this site don't want it. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, absolutely.
that's fine. And I also don't mind the other side of that, which is, you know, the business side of it. Like, of course IGN has to review it. It's the biggest game of the year, or so far. Like, it's that would be such a money loss for them that they have to. From like, if I, you know, like I guarantee you, if we were still at the Gamer Access, like 2 weeks ago, there would have been a meeting with Nick being like, trying to get review copies of Hogwarts Legacy. Who wants to do it? We really need to cover this.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, totally would have been the thing. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that would have been an entire week, every day, me and Ray streaming Hogwarts Legacy. I don't trust IGN since they gave Godin a 3.5 back in 2008. So the thing is, the thing is you don't follow outlets, you follow their writers. So find whatever writer wrote that, and then just don't follow them.
Yep, you find writers that write articles that line up with whatever your take on games are. So if you really like a game, you go find a score that's an outlet that has scored it highly, and then you follow that author.
Which again, this is
Exactly.
something that was solved in the aftermath of Gamergate, and this is why like the review section has actually been dwindling. But there are a bunch of like influencers and people who talk about video
Mhm.
games because people just found out,
Mhm.
you know, you just need to find an individual that either gels with you or like is entertaining to you. You may have different opinions on games, but you can discern whether you like that game or not because you watch this person. So like we figured this out.
Yes, exactly. Like, you know, because like, you know, if you were to follow us, for example, and you find out, man, Bronson really hates this fucking survival game. Like, well, yes, I don't like survival games. So if you love survival games, I'm not the person who's going to tell you if you should enjoy a survival game.
right.
You know, now if you come to me and you're like, man, Bronson really loves this shooter. Oh, Bronson plays a ton of shooters and loves them. Yeah, maybe I should listen to you talk about shooters.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
you know, true. And even if you love a game that isn't getting favorable reviews on Metacritic, it's okay because yeah, that's also true. Like,
Yep.
I love Eric Uranes. That game sucks.
I love
Like,
Prototype to death, and I will get into like internet fist fights over that.
yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, like that. Yes, like everyone has a game that is probably trash that they love. You know, so yeah, like it's so frustrating, and this whole and the thing is this boycott also had the opposite effect because of all this discussion.
Yep.
So it like, because hey, guess what? Other news story here.
Yep.
That I put. It has one of the biggest Steam, biggest early access launch ever. It is their most like streamed and watched single player game ever. And so many people on Steam bought the deluxe edition that they had over 500,000 people playing it before it was even officially fucking out.
Yep.
Okay. There have been on Hogwarts Legacy, its peak online. Let's see.
Oh, do you want the number as of right now? It's 877,907.
Is that peak or is that just playing it at this moment?
That is both. That is both.
Wow.
Oh god.
It is catching up to Elden Ring, which is at 953,000. So it's the all-time peak is 5 minutes ago at 878K.
Yep. So because this is the Harry Potter game people have been wanting forever, and I'm not gonna fucking.
It's up to 880K now.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna shit on people for playing this game. Yeah, it became top and I guarantee you, if I go on the Xbox store and see the most sold game, it'll probably be this. Same with the PlayStation store.
Yep.
Guarantee it. It's good. And once the last gen versions hit, as long as they're like functional and everything, this is going to be a top 3 selling game this year. It is absolutely going to be. It is going to. I think the only things that have a chance at outselling it are Call of Duty and Spider-Man. That is it. Those are the only 2 games that are going to outsell. Spider-Man 2 is coming out.
It's coming out this fall.
Shit.
Yep.
What do you think of
PS5.
Starfield? People like to talk up Starfield, but I'm just like,
I think it's going to sell a lot.
yeah.
But I think that it just doesn't have the name of Fallout or Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, right.
I already have 1 day, 8+ hours in the game, and I still need to do my side quests. Yeah, man, and that's awesome. Glad you.
45.8 hours this week, 33.3 hours this week, 32.8 hours this week, 21.3 hours this week.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's probably a really good game. You know, like I look for. I know Ninja, you played it this week, and your wife played it this week. I look forward to hearing you talk about during what we've been playing, because like I'm curious. It looks interesting. It's just that I want to finish Hi-Fi Rush. I'm going to be playing Sons of the Forest with my girlfriend a little bit after it comes out. I'm going to be honest, due to this controversy and everything, I'd kind of rather ignore this game for a while and play Metroid Prime Remastered instead.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, totally, yeah, man. So this game is wildly successful, and I think part of that is it has been fueled by all the
controversy.
drama. Yeah, like, because if this just came out If this just came out and like it was a good game and there wasn't all this controversy about it, this probably wouldn't be talked about nearly as much.
Well, certainly not talked about nearly as much. I think it would still be big because it's Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think it'd still be
Mhm.
selling and doing well. I just don't think it would be fucking. Yeah. Ooh.
It's one thing that leftists and left-leaning people on the internet have been struggling to get for years and years is that they will like retweet and show like comments from some right-wing grifter and then like debunk whatever they're saying or like completely destroy their argument, and that right-wing grifter's numbers go up because they've been exposed.
Yep.
It's you gotta figure something else out because all you're doing is bringing attention, and if you do it poorly and you do it like an asshole, you are going to double those numbers.
Yeah, like the thing that I have found that works best is, especially because a lot of said grifters are not going to have these conversations in good faith.
No.
If they're not going to have a conversation in good faith, you just mute them and block them and ignore them. That is the best way, and if something like that enters your community, that is pretty much what you have to do.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. It's shitty because ideally you want to have free exchange of ideas, but if you're going to be a piece of shit, or they're going to be a piece of shit, then that's pretty much the only way you can respond to it.
Yeah.
A couple of comments in the chat. I also is that going to be a trend in video game industry? Shadow dropping games like Hi-Fi Rush and Metroid Prime are all announced and immediately released. I kind of hate when it's a game like Metroid Prime because like that's a full box product, but fuck, I love it when it happens on Game Pass. I fucking love shadow drop games on Game Pass.
Yeah, once is a surprise, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a trend, I believe, is the saying. So
yeah, I don't know. I think I'm excited to see more things get shadow dropped like that because I think it's more hype for me. Like I don't care much about marketing. But when I see a game get shadow dropped that looks good and looks interesting, to me it builds up more hype.
Like I said, I think for me it depends because like when I purchase a game, like I kind of want to do a lot more research on it and see a lot more on it. But like when it's a Game Pass game and it's something I can just quick download and see if I like it or not, I love a shadow drop.
I've seen some concerns among developers regarding shadow dropping, and I unfortunately just don't remember. There are people who have concerns about it, but like from my perspective, the idea of like one of the main things about crunch is that they have to make a date because they've been marketing this date and promising this date to everyone, and then but what if you just shadow dropped it? What if you just released it when it's done?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that used to be the Blizzard motto: when it's finished.
Exactly.
Let's see. So hold on. I probably wouldn't have been had no one said anything. I love the Wizarding world, and having the ability to go into the world is such an amazing escape. Yes, and I'm sure you've been a fan since you were a kid or a teenager, and it's been super fun. And hey, man, fucking awesome. Like, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Portal 3 is going to be announced this week and released later that night. Would be funny. I just think it's better than announcing a game than released it 5 years later.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying that shit about Sony forever now. Like, we've had that comma with Sony where it's just like they'll put a trailer out and then you'll be waiting for the game for half a decade.
I've got this God of War Ragnarok logo for 2 years.
Well, guess what game has finally overtaken Duke Nukem Forever for having the longest announcement time?
Oh no.
Oh, what?
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I was gonna say it's my girl.
I keep forgetting that's a game.
Over 5,000 days.
I was gonna say 2 fucking decades.
If you told me they weren't
after the original,
yeah. If you told me they weren't working on that game anymore, I would not be surprised.
I would not be surprised. Yeah,
because I just have seen nothing.
I think the one thing we can say to our community about this is, if you want to boycott, we support you. If you want to play it, we support you. What we don't support is people on either the following things. 1, you play it because you support J.K. Rowling. Go fuck yourself. 2, you going out and harassing people on either side of this argument and being a fucking asshole about it.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Don't do that.
Go fuck yourself.
Come on.
Exactly. Like, enjoy the game. Don't enjoy the game, but don't be a fucking asshole. Yeah.
As
Either
our
way.
rule states, don't be a dick.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's good enough for like not safe for work subreddits, if it's a good enough rule for not safe for work websites, I think it's a good enough rule for like a lot of things. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to say is just like I've known some trans people. They go through bullshit just trying to live.
Yes,
do.
absolutely.
Getting harassed by people who have no problem with them, but they shouldn't. There's no reason, and they do it anyway, just because they're trans. Like they deal with a lot, and the momentum politically is not on their side right now between what's going on in Florida and the Proud Boys seeking out like drag story hour and tying that to trans people, and there's a bunch of shit they're going. So on a base level, like I absolutely understand the frustration, and if they want to decide like, hey, I really would like it if you didn't play the Harry Potter game, and then they played the Harry Potter game, if that person decided to just cut ties with them based on that, I understand completely. But
I get it. No, 100%.
But the harassing that has been going on and like bullying people who clearly have no idea what's going on, who have no idea what's happening, and just wanted to play Harry Potter, like, it's going to end badly, and it did not help. Some people are saying it got people talking about it, which I think for some people, sure, but wasn't good press. I tell you.
No, exactly, and doing that shit like. Doing that shit just also like ends up, backfiring on the community that honestly probably needs support more than anything.
Yeah.
Then which is just like, wow, okay, these trans people are real fucking assholes about this, huh?
Right, which like they're wrong, like in the grand scheme of things on that. Like they're talking about like the most vocal assholes on the internet, which like, man, if you consider every vocal person like the ambassador of every type of person, like just nuke the world. We're all bad. Squaresoft says, I wish there was an evil side version of the internet where all these people can go and be evil and jerks, and the good side of the internet is for people who want to be good. Like it's like GTA's matchmaking. You're an asshole, you get put over to the bad side of the internet, and then you can just be asses there to each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Deadly.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. So you guys got to make your own call based on what's going on with you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play it, but that's just me.
I'll probably play it, but as I've told my girlfriend, I'm probably gonna buy a used copy, so no money goes to J.K. Rowling. So there you go. That's a good little. If you want to play the Harry Potter game and you want to do it on console, that's not a bad workaround.
And Jesse mentioned other ways.
Yep.
That happened too.
Drink up me hearties, yo ho.
And hey, play Quidditch World Cup. That's a great game.
That is a dope game, and that's before we knew J.K. Rowling was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So there you go. So yeah, man, what a fucking.
That took over everything. Like I was trying to like look at other game news, and like this was just the thing.
This is it.
Every single fucking day, except for the Nintendo Direct.
Yes, other than that,
there was shit. There was just shit in my feed about Hogwarts Legacy, fucking Hogwarts Legacy. The game is amazing. You're a fucking transphobe. People are harassing games. Fucking, but who cares? Because the game is so good. And it's just like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Like just.
And like I know we can be mad about multiple things at once, but like the chemical fire happening in Ohio, like due to a train derailment after all these protests and Biden shutting down the strike, like that set at the backdrop is just like, all right, like I don't know.
Yep. Absolutely.
Squaresoft says, "Thank you, Nintendo Direct, for making game news cool this week." Yeah. Cooler.
Yeah.
Thanks for stepping in, Nintendo.
Nintendo's stepping up to the plate like we need to fucking take this news anywhere else.
Which Nintendo is like fucked in its own ways, but yeah, this week it was like, our employees get a 10% raise and this. Wow. Okay.
Great.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The
earthquake in Turkey and Syria. That's like tens of thousands of people have died so far.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And then Erdogan's being a piece of shit about that too. So it's like, great.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
And we apparently shot down a UFO.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it's
you're talking
UFO
about
too. the memes on Twitter about that have been amazing.
Great. Oh my god.
It's not a real UFO, like an alien UFO, but it could be.
But it could be.
Yeah, so
especially when they're secretive about it. Oh, we shot down an unidentified thing. Is it a balloon? I don't know.
Right.
We don't know what it is. Oh, good.
Great. Yeah, just shoot everything down. Do it.
Just remember, kids, when the government says they wouldn't do that, they totally would do that.
They totally would do.
They totally would.
So.
All right.
All right. So we got a. We got a lovely news story here to talk about now that we're through the Harry Potter
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes.
A Nintendo Direct happened this week, and man, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Like, damn, son.
Man.
Like we're gonna go through each piece of it one by one, but fuck, dude. Like, god damn, Nintendo, way to be. Come in and save the day. First off, they opened this with Pikmin 4. Co-op Pikmin 4. It looks great. Yeah, visually it looks great. It's probably gonna be one of the best looking games on the platform. And on top of that, like, just it's more Pikmin. Pikmin's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, my friend and I are already excited for this game. Like, hype.
So I'm not. Did they date this one, Jesse? Do you remember?
July 21st.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And it's a summer game.
Yeah.
What's up? How great is that?
It's gonna be good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is getting some DLC.
Nice.
So, some DLC for your 1,000,000-hour-long RPG.
That was a very well-received game, so.
Yeah.
Better RPGs in a long time.
Yes.
Is it really?
We're getting... Yeah. You're getting a new... We're getting a new Samba de Amigo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Super
I
stoked.
saw this and I was like...
I was just like, what?
Just Dance with Maracas? What the fuck?
Super excited.
Oh, please.
I'm ready for the $200 Maraca controllers. Let's go.
Yep.
I don't know if it's accurate, but I'm ready for it.
Third-party Maraca controllers.
I will happily buy a $100 Maraca controller at max. But it's coming out this summer.
Another summer.
They showed this game called Fashion Dreamer. Whatever. Nintendo putting weird shit in their direct.
That's cool.
I mean, it's Nintendo.
Some people are out there with their Switch being like, I want to do certain things, and man, that, bring me back to the Wii days.
Right?
Yeah. They put out they showed the Dead Cells Castlevania stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I was excited for that.
Yeah.
They briefly showed this thing called Tron Identity.
That looks really interesting. Like,
visual novel? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a visual novel puzzle game. Huh. And it's in the Tron universe. And if you want to get even weirder, it's from the guy who made Thomas Was Alone.
Wow. Okay. Well.
I have never played any of his other games, but I fucking love Thomas Was Alone.
Yeah.
So
like getting that guy writing Tron thing sounds fantastic.
They're all kind of like that.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
So we got a new fucking Ghost Trick.
It's a remaster, right? It's not a new game.
Oh, is it a remaster?
Yeah, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. But still, you can play Ghost Trick on a modern platform.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
I was listening to last week's episode, and we were talking about Ghost Trick for a little bit. Weird on the timing of that.
I'm not saying we're prophets, but if you wanna, extrapolate that.
Yep.
He also made that
couple of months
Call us
before,
a bunch of Nostradamus, motherfuckers.
couple of months before Theater Rhythm was announced. I was like, I need a new Theater Rhythm game.
Does this podcast just will things into existence?
I wish.
That would be amazing.
I want a new good Burnout game.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it's not going to be as good as Paradise. We all know.
Make it happen.
Who knows? Look, Paradise. Just will it. We don't know until they put it
Just
out.
will it into. Give me Bianca and Evil 2. God damn it.
Let's see. Deca Police JRPG. They showed that Bayonetta Origin of Cereza. This game looks like it's gonna be trash. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a big Bayonetta fan, but this does not
knew
look
that
really...
you were gonna be like hesitant to the point where you're saying "fuck this," I ain't playing shit.
I'm not playing that. Well, because like Bayonetta is like a character action game. This is like a puzzle character action game, but not really, because your demons do more of the work.
Yeah,
it's like just really weird.
It's weird, especially because the character action is by far like the star of Bayonetta, and especially after apparently the end of 3 or whatever, like people are less enthused than before about the story of Bayonetta. Like,
yeah, this is really weird. Splatoon DLC.
Hell yeah, Splatoon DLC.
Yep, and it's free with the expansion pass, or is that just what it's called? It's called the expansion pass.
Oh god.
Yeah, okay, it's called the expansion pass. But the first one's coming out in spring. The next one's coming out later.
All
so that's Illusion Island. It's a new Mickey Mouse platformer, and it's co-op.
Looks cute.
It looks very cute. They use the older Disney stylings.
It's a revival of that Castle of Illusion series from the SNES and Genesis days.
I miss those days.
This is actually based on the modern Mickey Mouse cartoons where they go back to that old style. And if you have not seen those cartoons, they are actually unbelievably funny. I think they're hilarious.
Great. They're such fantastic.
It's just like it's weird that those are getting a revival, because have you guys seen the newer Looney Tunes?
Yes.
They're fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah. They're doing some interesting stuff.
The newer Animaniacs?
Oh god, I haven't seen that, but I bet it's good.
It's really good.
I bet it's really good. The humor in this, if you search like YouTube compilations for this show, there's some amazing humor happening that's almost, sometimes it feels Ren and Stimpy-esque. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But in the best way possible.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean Ren and Stimpy in any other way.
Oh no, of course not.
All right, next game here. Fire
next
Emblem
game is we're getting some Fire Emblem DLC.
All right, cool.
I wish I liked this style of strategy game more, because I think the art and presentation of Fire Emblem looks amazing. Okay, hold on. We got a couple comments in chat we missed. Jesus.
Look, there's a lot of news.
Ghost Trick is from the Phoenix Wright creator, if I'm not wrong, so it's going to be awesome. Great. Burnout Revenge was my favorite. I like 3 in Paradise, but Revenge was good. That reminds me of Rayman Legends. A little bit.
Man. Rayman Legends, all right.
Yep.
So yeah, the Fire Emblem DLC looks great. Harmony Fall of Reverie. This is a visual novel, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like,
They showed like 2 seconds of Octopath Traveler 2, and you can transfer your save data to the full game, and the demo is out now.
Cool.
So there you go. That's a thing. We Love Katamari Reroll is coming out.
All right.
Plus Roy. So if you want to play, I believe it's the sequel to Katamari Damacy. But
I think it's the second game.
Yeah, but it's HD and all that stuff. Go nuts.
Awesome.
This next one, I kind of lost my shit over. Like, I was so happy, because I've been excited for this game since the middle of last year, and it got pushed into this year, and I was like, damn it! And it's Sea of Stars. So this is basically a Chrono Trigger-like,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And they also got the dude what made the music for Chrono Trigger.
Wow.
To
to
do the music for this?
To do, yes.
It was one of the
Uh,
stretch goals, I think.
Yep.
Oh, this was a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Yep.
I kickstarted this back in. Oh God, when did this launch? I don't even know when this launched, but I was trying to look it up.
But it's from the people who made The Messenger.
Yeah, so if you like The Messenger and you like JRPGs,
and it's out in August 29th, and there's a demo out now on Switch.
Cool.
Okay.
So there you go.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
They got this game that basically looks just like Windjammers.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Mega Strikers, yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
I've been playing that on PC for a few months. It's really good.
I have that on my
But
wish
it's not
list. It looks good.
Windjammers.
It's not
It's not
Windjammers,
Windjammers,
It's
but
like-
hey.
It's like Windjammers if it was a MOBA and without mobs.
All right.
That's weird.
Well,
It's
I would
really
say
fun.
it's
a
like
lot of
Windjammers,
fun.
but like soccer with like a.
Yeah.
Are you fighting
I wish
people?
Yeah, you
I
can
was-
fight people and like kill them or knock them out temporarily, so they're out for like 9 seconds and then they come back in.
Damn.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a good game.
That's interesting.
They're doing an Etrian Odyssey collection for those of you who enjoyed those on the 3DS.
Super excited about this.
I don't like this weird first-person dungeon crawling. I had to review a lot of the. So if you can pause the recording on this for a sec.
Yeah. I need these restrooms to talk.
So I played a fuck ton of these back when I was at the Gamer Access because we were really buddy with NIS.
Oh
And
yeah,
NIS
there was a ton of these back then.
Put out a million of these, especially on the Vita. And I was, oh, you're the dude who reviews all the Vita games. And I played so fucking many of these, and now I hate them because of it.
Oh, buddies.
So that's where I'm at with this.
These are some really good dungeon crawlers, though.
They
If you're
are.
into the genre, these are really good.
Yeah, and that's coming out June 1st, which, you know, like, dude, everything in here is coming out before August. Like, fuck. Nintendo, my wallet, please.
This one's also coming
Please.
to Steam.
Always nice to see, because let me tell you, now that I have a laptop, the Switch is inherently less appealing.
Yes.
Fair.
I can play all my Switch games on this better than the Switch can.
That's.
Yeah, but man, though that thing is such a single use case device that I didn't want to get one.
I think I use it. I use it more than I play games on my PC.
That's fucking insane to me. That's like, even when I was like the most into my Switch and mobile gaming, like I still didn't touch it more than I touched my PC and consoles. You know, so like, yeah, like I don't know. I think I've just outgrown portable gaming unless I'm just in a situation where I have to. Like, I had that free day in San Francisco where we kind of didn't want to leave our friend's house, and I spent the entire day playing Hades.
Yep.
Nice.
That's kind of an exception. So yeah, Etrian Odyssey, Advanced Wars reboot that was supposed to come out last April. But it looks like they put in some more work into it because of the delay due to the war in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's out in April of this year.
All right.
So once again, that's not a game that I'm traditionally into because I don't like grid-based strategy.
But it is ridiculously popular.
Yeah,
Yes.
super excited for it.
It's very big. We're getting Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, so a remake of Return to Dreamland.
Nice.
So you want a really
the
good
demo
Kirby
is
game?
available on Switch right now. So
yeah, and it's out in like 2 weeks.
There you go.
You want to talk about shadow dropping shit?
Yeah.
I like
Exhibit A.
Nintendo.
I like it.
So yeah, that's out in like 2 weeks. Enjoy it. Next one is, this nearly made me up my Nintendo Online sub. This almost did it. Because they are bringing Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the Switch.
My brother went batshit crazy on this one.
Yeah, this is super awesome.
if you have a regular online Switch account, then you will get regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. If you have their expansion pass membership, the fancy version, you will get Game Boy Advance games as well. They are opening up with. Hold on, let me get the launch titles for this. Hold on. Here, nope, that's the advanced list. Son of a bitch, I'm sorry. All right, well, they're. Let me pull up the goddamn service.
And if I remember correctly, you can toggle how you have the game set up, whether it's by the Game Boy colors, a Game Boy Color like setting.
Yeah. So if you want to play it in black and white, or you want to play it in what the green, or you want to play it in actual Game Boy Color mode, because, for example, Link's Awakening DX was a Game Boy Color game.
Right.
Yeah.
You can. Or you can play. So this is what you're getting at launch for Game Boy. So the service that's like $20 a year. You're getting Tetris, Mario Land 2, Metroid 2, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Kirby's Dream Land, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Gargoyle Quest, and Wario Land 3. I fucking loved Wario Land 3, so I'm fucking down for that.
Once again, an interesting list.
Well, I'm going to be real with you. The original Game Boy, outside of Pokemon, Metroid, Zelda, and Mario, doesn't have a whole lot on it.
Sure.
So I get where they're coming from in this particular case. So then for the Game Boy Advanced list, I don't know why it's giving me the list in Spanish, but thanks, Nintendo. Weird.
Game Boy
not
Advance.
what I'm looking for.
What a good little system.
Well, I mean, it was a portable Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's the. I mean, there's a lot of good shit on it.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So it is launching with Zelda the Minish Cap, fucking great game. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, another baller game. Mario Kart Super Circuit, not a fan. WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. Kururin. I have no idea what that is.
I had never heard of Kuru before this direct, so.
Yes, and then Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, which is kind of like a 16-bit version of Super Mario. Advance, or Super Mario 3. And then coming soon, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Metroid Fusion, one of the best, most underrated Metroid games. If you want to play a Metroid game that is basically a fucking horror game that isn't Metroid Dread, that is the one to play. Like, that is Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. So, Metroid Fusion is so fucking criminally underrated. Telling y'all right now.
Right.
So
cool.
So yeah, so there's that. And so I'm not a lot. And then F-Zero Maximum Velocity, and then finally super underrated JRPG Golden Sun.
Right. Yeah.
So
these are the Game Boy Advance games. Yeah.
Yep. So also, all the Game Boy Advance games are getting a rewind function. So if you make a mistake, you can hold ZL and ZR and it'll rewind the game.
Yep.
And they're all getting quick saves. And some of them are getting online co-op.
Yeah.
So between the expansion pack getting Splatoon DLC, Mario Kart 8 DLC, this and the Genesis games and 64 games, I was like, okay, you're making a very compelling argument for your $50 a year, Nintendo.
They're getting there. There.
So sorry, Emily, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, give us more good shit, and then I will be like, shut up and take my money.
Like the thing for me is, like, I have just so much shit to play that, like, going back to these old games is a hard sell. But, like, some of these are fucking amazing games.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're hard to find now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, all right, now a whole new generation is getting exposed to some F-Zero. It's on the Advance, but hey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also on the N64 service, which if you have this, you do have that.
There's that as well.
So,
and then Golden Sun. Like there's they could use more. Like this is obviously not the Wii collection, but they're getting there.
Yes. So yeah. Then the shadow drop of Metroid Prime, which is one of the best games of all time, and now it's in HD. It looks fantastic. It looks so good, and from what everyone's telling me, the frame rate is rock solid on
Nice.
dock and on yeah. So this game looks great, and they gave you all 3 motion control options, so you could play a dual stick, like a modern shooter. You can play it with the original Metroid Prime controls, or you play with the Wii controls.
Okay.
So you have all your different Metroid control options. Fuck, dude, I love Metroid Prime. That was one of the games that, like, for the longest, everyone today knows me as a Halo stan, but for the longest time, I enjoy it. Halo 2 was the game that fully turned me into a Halo fan. But before that, I was like, oh, Metroid Prime is way better than Halo.
Jesus.
Like, way better. And I kind of actually still
like that, though.
I do kind of still hold that opinion. That the original Metroid Prime is better than the original Halo. Halo 2 is way better than Metroid Prime 2, though. So,
well,
then
yeah,
good.
I was just gonna say, hope a lot of people play this, and Nintendo gets those numbers back.
Yeah, yep. I hope that this gets the second one and third one put out there. So,
yeah.
So they showed a new IP, Master Detective Archives Rain Code.
Oh, I'm really excited for this.
This looks really interesting, and I'm kind of excited for it.
Huh.
It's made by the Danganronpa guy. Like,
oh wow,
for
okay.
This. Oh yeah, you can tell by the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is giving me like Professor Layton meets like Catherine or fucking Persona or some shit like that. I'm like, okay.
9 people, 9 hours, 9 doors, or whatever, 999.
Yeah.
And the Zero Escape games. It's very similar in theme to that, I think, or in gameplay to that.
Okay. Wow. I know some people would be really into that, so that's cool.
It looks cool, and once again, yet another summer release, summer Switch, man.
I'm liking summer getting some releases.
Bat and Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remaster that is out also in summer.
2 is really good.
Fantasy Life,
not so much, but 2 is great.
Okay.
Fantasy Life I. This looks like shovelware. This looks like shovelware. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I mean, looks like there's a lot of. Yeah, it definitely seems like, hey, you guys like Animal Crossing?
Oh, it's a sequel.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a sequel to a 3DS game.
Huh.
Yeah, that I knew. They put out a Professor Layton teaser. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. My girlfriend, who is a giant mystery fan, never played these games because she never had a regular DS. So I told her, I was like, okay, you need to play Professor Layton.
Yeah.
My friend was hyped about this. I told her about it, and she's just like, Professor Layton? My boy?
The Professor Layton fans are real, but I've never felt dumber than when I play these games.
Yeah. One of my favorite Penny Arcade comics that I think about all the time was a Professor Layton thing where it was like Tycho was like really pissed at the game. Like, I can't believe I have to make this fucking bridge. And he looks across. Look at that asshole over there. And that asshole says, I have 10 matchsticks. And he yells like, fuck you. These games are cool from what I understand.
They're really neat. I rented the first 2 and really liked them a lot. So next up is Mario Kart 8 is getting its 4th DLC. Of course, you could buy the whole pack, though you could also just subscribe to their online service and get it.
Yep.
So there you go.
Or Mario Kart 8.
Yep. They're adding Birdo as a character.
Finally.
Double Dash.
Get some Birdo in there.
Yep. You know, but the new courses look awesome. They look really good. I am thinking once this pass is fully out, we could do maybe a community night of Mario Kart. We did that like a year and a half ago during COVID, and it was super fun.
Sure.
So yeah. Minecraft Legends getting ported April this year.
All right.
Mega Man Battle, all the Metal Man Battle Networks are going to be available for pre-order and on Switch.
That's a lot of Mega Man.
That's a lot of Mega Man.
That's a lot of Mega Man.
Yep. Have a Nice Death being ported from PC to Switch. It looks awesome. Konami. Yep. Konami WBSCE Baseball Power Pros arcade baseball game available today. Play that shit now if you want a fun arcade baseball game. Apparently,
I was told to download this and check it out, so I did. I got it. My computer or my Switch is dead right now, but the moment I get it back on, I'm gonna check that out.
My Switch literally never leaves the dock unless I'm going on a road trip.
Oh yeah, no, it's in my dock as well. It's just unplugged because I've been moving some stuff around.
I'm sick. That's the other reason my Switch leaves the dock. Otherwise,
yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, Dreamlight Valley getting a Switch port. Tales of Symphonia.
Technically, it already is available for Switch.
Oh, then what is this?
So it's available for PlayStation. It's a new Realm update. So they come out with new realms or new updates every month and a half, 2 months. And this one looks like it's going to be Simba and Nala are coming to the valley. Actually, there's one that comes out this Thursday, the 16th. We have Maribel from Encanto. We've got Olaf from Frozen. New Star Path, and a lot more stuff. I'm probably going to talk about it next weekend on the podcast.
I just gotta say, Nintendo, why did you have to do this to my wallet? What did I do to you?
What they do.
So, indeed, it's what they do. So Bandai Namco put out Tales of Symphonia Remastered out in 5 days. Hopefully it's better than the last. Yeah, hopefully they put out it's better than the last remaster they did of that game because it was not good.
Yeah.
And then they closed on Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which looks great. My big concern is it looks like it's the same world as Breath of the Wild, which, like, okay, but we already explored that place.
How about something new?
So, like, maybe
to have a meteor hit, and then it's the same place, but it's different.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like they're doing. It looks like they're changing it through that and through like sky stuff now. Like you can build vehicles and you know, like it looks fucking crazy. I love Link's new armor. It looks awesome.
You know what would be cool is if they put in a timer for when the meteor is going to crash into the world and give you like 72 hours.
Oh, yeah,
kind of like
yeah, that's just some game. I don't know.
Yeah. Some game did that.
Before. Yeah.
It looks awesome, and I'm gonna play it on launch, of course. Like this is one of those games where I'm super excited. You can build fucking vehicles now. Like you can build hot air balloons and fucking helicopters. And
Legend of Zelda nuts and bolts.
Replace China and build balloons.
All right, Legend of Zelda nuts and bolts. Let's do it. Yep. I'm down.
And we got some Sonic Adventure grinding happening here. Legend of Zelda taking from the greats.
Yeah.
The
greats.
Is this entire segment just us being jerks?
That's the show.
I mean,
it's official. May 12th.
Wow.
6 years between Zelda games.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Real controversial thing with this one though.
Oh.
I'll get to that in a minute actually. They're doing a collector's edition with pins, a steel book, an art book, and a poster, and a special amiibo with Link with his new power arm.
Oh no.
So, what?
I have the collector's edition pre-order, which means I'm starting the amiibo collection.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that before the show. Is that this is the one thing that I'm super glad I didn't get into.
You can just get the ones you like. Be done.
Or you can do what I did.
The ones that I got you.
Or you can do what I did and buy like your 2 favorite characters from Smash Bros. And then your brain's like, oh, you should get all your favorite characters from Smash Bros. And then you're like, well, I have so many now because I have like 10 mains in Smash Bros. Maybe I should just get all the Smash characters.
Yes.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
How many are they?
That's when you start going down a downward spiral into getting every single fucking amiibo.
Yes, exactly.
How much are they a pop, like before the price
scalpers and $16. So
okay,
this is the boy who got me in. Right here. Yep. This is the monster that started it.
Yeah.
This boy.
My boy.
Bing bing. So yeah, and I'm glad I picked him up because he needs to be dusted. But yes,
show those amiibo some love.
Yes, I definitely need to take a day and go at them with like a toothbrush. But yeah, so this game looks awesome. It looks great, and I'm glad that they've only shown basically this and like one smaller thing. You know, it's not a shadow drop, but it is a like, hey, you're not gonna know dick all about this game. So
until you start playing it when it releases May 12th.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I loved Breath of the Wild. I put a good 45-50 hours into it. I got the Master Sword, I got the Hylian Shield, I did all the main dungeons, I got most of the side dungeons completed. Like it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Great game. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yep. Just a small piece of controversy.
Is this the next news story?
Yes. So Nintendo. So this is going to be Nintendo's first $70 game.
Yes.
And they said it will not set a precedent for every Nintendo title. We determined the suggested retail price for any Nintendo product on a case-by-case basis. When asked whether $70 price tag will be the trend for first-party games going forward, Nintendo reiterated no. We determined the suggested retail price for any Nintendo product on a case-by-case basis. This is also officially the biggest Switch game at launch at 18.2 gigs.
Ooh.
Which
Wait, what?
Yeah, Switch games are typically, so as somebody who dumps Switch games to my PC, they're usually anywhere between 8 and 12. Very rarely do you see something go up to like 13 or 14.
Hold on. I mean, this is the exact reason why because I buy a lot of Switch games, and love my Switch, but I'm all digital, so this is exactly why like I had a 128 gig card, and I'm like that should be fine forever for these kind of games.
No.
Literally, no. Go to 256. Go to 256. Still not enough. The answer the whole time was 512.
Mm-hmm.
I see what the largest game I own is. You can keep going, Bronson, while I look that up.
Yeah, I'm looking. So my biggest is Smash at 17.3, Zelda at 15.7, Bayonetta 3 at 14.4, Bayonetta 2 at 12.5, and then Resident Evil at 12. My smallest, just for a fun little comparison that's not any of the emulators, is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove at 297 megabytes. So,
all right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No,
I don't necessarily buy their case by case basis thing. It just seems like the entire industry is going to 70. So they're just tampering down like any outrage, and then in like 3 months, like all right.
When Pikmin, well, you know what? We can check that because they also announced Pikmin 3 at this show.
Right.
So sorry, Pikmin 4. Sorry, I forgot Pikmin 3 was a thing because it came out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So they did, but yeah. So Pikmin 4 was announced, so we can see if we can put in a pre-order for Pikmin 4, and if so, how much it costs.
Yep.
Pikmin 4. All right, so Pikmin 4, which comes out after it, is $60.
Okay.
So, and to be fair, Metroid Prime Remastered is $40.
Yeah, of course some of these are going to be like 40 or something.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking through all the games that you can pre-order now from that list of theirs. So the E-Train Odyssey collection is actually $80 for all three of them.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh, for all
Yeah.
four.
For all
though.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not
everything else is 60 or below, besides Zelda or the stuff that comes with the expansion pass.
Which, if they maintain that, I totally get that. Like for Zelda and Mario Kart, Smash Bros.
Yes, the stuff that is gonna sell 30 million copies easy overnight. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Your must-haves.
100%. Yes, your stuff that sells the Switch, like the next Animal Crossing is gonna be $70.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Garen fucking teed. Like
Yep.
no. Sorry, go ahead.
Train Odyssey, each of the games is being sold for $40. So if you're going to pick up 2 of them, you might as well get the bundle.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, that's.
We're there. I've accepted it.
Yeah. Nintendo is also always the last holdout on price. Like it feel like if Sony jumps like immediately. Sony is just like now,
Do it.
and then Microsoft kind of slowly boils the frog. And Nintendo's like, look, shit's expensive now, okay? And that's kind of where we're at. So here we are.
It can be
I don't
rough
know,
because Nintendo doesn't like to price drop very much. But yeah.
Yeah, because I mean the Switch has been unique in the fact that like I've actually seen like not price drops but sales at least.
Yeah.
Because in the past you wouldn't even get sales. Like nowadays, like on Black Friday, you can count on a bunch of Switch games being $40 at least, which still sucks, but isn't as bad. But this is exactly why, like, when people ask, why do you buy all the Nintendo games at launch? Because they're not going to drop in price, so I might as well if I want them.
Sure.
Well, and they have those game voucher things too, right? You spend like $100 and then you can buy some $60 games.
Right, and to be fair, so it's you get two vouchers, and you have to have an online membership to do this, and then it's $100, and you can get 2 games with those vouchers that are on the list. Zelda's one of them. Yep,
it's on that list.
So technically, if you are interested in Zelda and one of the other titles on this list, which is basically every single first-party Nintendo game and a bunch of third-party Nintendo games, you'll save a good amount of money. Because if you end up getting, like, I've always wanted to buy Tokyo Mirage Sessions, just never did, and Zelda. That together is $130. These fucking digital vouchers are $100. So if you want to go that route, that's not the worst option in the world, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And apparently you get more rewards points when you buy with these as well.
All right.
So that's, not, they're giving you options at least.
Yep.
It's not great by any means, but
it's also not the worst.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Final news story.
Final news story. Hey, guess what? Ars Technica reports that Microsoft expects the UK to block the merger. In a statement to Ars Technica, though, most recently, Microsoft believes a strong case in Britain and has not predetermined, nor has been advised by its lawyers, the merger will be blocked.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm just at the point where I just want to know. Like I just want to know, like, what is happening.
Right.
Like, is it being blocked? Is it not being blocked? Like,
yeah.
What where are we going with it?
Seems like they're anticipating it, and like one of the caveats is giving up Call of Duty, but getting the rest of it.
I mean, which that would still be fucking insane. Like that's the thing that, like, I know that a lot of this whole fucking argument has been structured on Call of Duty, right? Like that's what they're focused on.
Yeah.
But like, my guy, there's a lot more than COD.
Andy Crush.
A lot more than COD.
We covered a story a while ago that was Phil Spencer said half of the revenue of ActiBlizz is mobile. Like,
yeah,
half of it. That includes Call of Duty. for the whole ActiBlizz thing. Yeah, half of it is mobile, and then yeah, you got your Diablo coming up. Got World of Warcraft.
Yeah. You got just like you got fucking Diablo, Warcraft, just Crash, Spyro, Tony Hawk, technically. Like,
I just find it funny that Call of Duty is the one. Call of Duty is thing a bridge too far, given how big this deal is. But
it's because it's the best-selling game every year, or almost every year.
Because it's a good military recruiting tool, and they don't want that exclusively to one console. Got to get that everywhere.
Oh man,
yes.
I didn't even. Yeah, that didn't even occur to me.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, that's not a bad take.
It could be. They haven't said anything, but of course they wouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see, right? Yeah, this is another step, but it's also another like Microsoft expects. Let's see. Microsoft said that it believes it has a strong case in Britain, and it is not predetermined nor been advised by its lawyers that the merger will be blocked. Yeah, just going for the blocking the whole deal is weird, but yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Just another update. We didn't include this on our news stories, but man, Bobby Kotick is trying to say shit out here, and it's like, dude, no one likes you. Shut up. You are not helping anything. You are not helping yourself. You are not helping Microsoft. You are not helping anyone. Just be quiet and just mutter to yourself quietly. I was in Moneyball. That's all you got to do.
You're hurting more than you're helping. Shut the fuck up, okay?
Do you remember the news story that came out that like there's a bunch of memes of him that go around of him as the devil and him as an asshole, and then like he'll go on dating sites and people will look him up and then like not like cancel on him.
Like,
nope.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
So good.
Man. Yeah. All right, well, all right, that's all the fucking news stories. How about we take a quick break and then we can get into what we've been playing and call it a day?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We will be right back.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon.
Mm-hmm.
almost hit the stop streaming button, but instead, here we are, back.
Show's over.
Woo!
ya.
Get out of here.
Oh, Lordy.
Damn. Well, what a week.
Yeah.
What are you guys been up to?
A lot actually.
Yeah?
I had a very productive work meeting about something I made, and I not only did I have a very productive work meeting about something I made, I also passed an IT certification. I am now Power Fundamental certified.
All right.
By Microsoft. So there's that. So I only have 6 or 7 more of those to go, baby.
Baby steps.
Well, yeah, and like they are gonna get significantly harder the further up the tree I go.
Right.
That's fair.
You know, it's like Dark Souls. Or Bloodborne. You start out on Gascoigne, and then you're fighting Gyrim, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bought a couch.
All right.
Which that has to be the most painless shopping experience I've ever had in my life.
Where'd you go?
So we went to RC Willie.
Okay.
I should probably explain this. So my girlfriend and I are we are kind of rearranging my house for being more comfortable for the both of us, and also prepping for her to eventually move in sometime between March and Christmas is basically the game plan.
Gotcha.
And part of that is we watch a lot of stuff in my room because that's where the good TV is and the soundbar and all that shit.
All that good shit.
And we usually just sit on my bed, but my bed is terrible for sitting for long periods watching stuff, especially if you like want to be close to someone. And so we're like, fuck, we should get a couch. And so we were like, all right, well, cool, we'll save up and we'll get a couch sometime around tax season, blah 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 blah. And we went in and we shopped around RC Willie's discount and clearance section.
All right.
Because let me tell. Well, okay, so up until this moment, I have bought all my couches on Craigslist, every last one of them.
Man, that is brave.
I've never got anything, never had any issues, so here we are.
Yeah.
I even texted Ray this. He's like, "Why didn't you just go to Craigslist or the dump like we normally do?"
Yep.
Because I'm an adult now.
I was an adult then. Okay, we literally got our old podcasting table that we used to sit at was like literally something that we found next to a dumpster at his old apartment complex.
Yeah.
It was a perfectly nice table. It was perfect.
I pulled this couch out of a lobby in my building. They're like, I need to get rid of this couch. I'm like, pretty sweet couch. I'm taking this.
It is a pretty sweet couch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
you can get it. If you can get away with it, you're good.
Yeah, so so yeah, she's like, and she was fine with that for other furniture. She was like, anything we sit or lay on, I don't want to go that route. I want to go new, like new. Okay. Not even used, but like new. So I was like, all right, cool. But I'm not sure if you've ever bought new furniture that's actually decent. It's fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah, like unless if we were not in the clearance / discount section, like we would have been looking at like a minimum of $1,000.
Okay.
For a couch.
It's real expensive.
Fuck that noise. Okay, all right, my TV stand is a wine rack that I converted into a TV stand.
Right.
Okay. My fucking desk is a hand-me-down. This shit is 3 generations in the family. All right. So, the thought of paying that much. So we went to the discount section, and we did a lot of research prior, and we had kind of two couches lined up. One was a very large love seat that had an electric reclining option, $600, or a traditional couch, $400. And we tried them both, and we ended up going for the love seat. And yeah, like completely painless. Like, we looked around, people only asked me, do you need help, like, once? And I was like, no, thank you. And, went over, asked a question like, hey, if this doesn't fit through the doorway, because, like, we brought the tape measure for measurements and it was going to be real close. And she was like, oh, no, you can take the love seat apart. So,
thank you.
And like, she's like, all right, cool. And she's like, do you want to pay for them to come and deliver it and set it up? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. So altogether, it ended up being $750.
Oh shit!
So, and we were splitting the cost at $375 a piece. But I mean, that's just the fucking price of new furniture, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, we need to fill the space now, so like, I'm gonna get like a small little end table or nightstand, and I'm like, okay, for that I am going to Craigslist, right? She's like, yeah, that's fine.
Fair enough.
I'm like, I gotta be a grown up and buy furniture like an adult now.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most I go is IKEA.
IKEA's not bad. That my Amiibo shelf was Walmart.
Oh, really?
$40 in Walmart.
All right.
Yep.
Hey.
You get good discount furniture. It's just that, like, if you want like couches, bed, like that, my mattress. Now, my mattress is a twin XL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really good mattress. Like, it's the best mattress, actually second best mattress I've ever had, and it was $500.
Okay.
Ooh.
New furniture is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Jesus fuck.
So be prepared for that, everybody.
Guess so.
Well, I mean, Aaron, you're sitting in the same chair I am. Wasn't that thing like $500?
I don't know if it was 500. I want to say it was like 200 something, wasn't it?
No, secret. Oh, you might have a smaller one than mine. I had to get Fat Boy version. But yep. So mine was like $450. I think I got it on sale. Okay. So yeah, so that was a thing that happened. So yeah, I had a very busy week. So as far as video games were concerned, I did 2 more levels of Hi-Fi Rush. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
It was awesome. That game, I got to the point of where you can parry stuff. And it's
yeah.
Like, and then you have like this magnet zipline mechanic, and then Devil May Cry gun mechanic.
Dude.
And it's like, so yeah, no man, if you like yourself the Devil May Cries, but you want it to be even funnier and weirder and rhythm based,
that sounds so good.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I could totally see myself getting to December when we do Game of the Year and be like, so let me tell you about Hi-Fi Rush.
Right.
It is for sure a contender, for sure.
Yeah. And then I played a bunch of so I finished that IT cert test yesterday. Had a heart attack through the entire thing, but I passed.
Okay.
And afterwards, me and Stella celebrated by playing, getting her to cap in World of Warcraft.
All right.
She's capped. She's now capped. She's ready for endgame. Though she seems way more interested in doing all the fishing achievements and fishing quests.
Nice. True MMO experience.
Yeah, the true
all the fishing.
Yeah, she was asking me about professions, and I'm like, and I'm just like, well, I personally don't give a shit about crafting at all. The only time I ever did crafting is to make a magic carpet. So other than that, I don't really particularly give a shit about it. But she's probably gonna get into that side of things, and she's having fun with the game. So
cool,
which is good. Yeah, because like she was always very tentative about trying it because she's heard mixed things about the community, which yes, I understand. Yes, completely understand. Yes.
Yeah.
I understand why you would have mixed feelings about the World of Warcraft community. Let me tell you, as someone who has played the game for fucking almost 2 decades, it is simultaneously the best and worst online community I've ever been a part of. Like, when it is either, depending on where you are and what you're doing, They're some of the nicest, chillest people, or they are just the fucking biggest dicks.
Mhm.
There is no in between with that fucking community, and I understand how that can be very fucking jarring.
Right.
You know, and especially because the game is so dependent upon you playing with other people. So like that's yeah, like it is very insistent on like, yep, you should totally play this game with other fucking people.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, I continued to have fun. My raid team had a really good day on Monday and a really bad day on and a really bad Thursday. We only cleared 2 bosses and we played like shit. By the way, if anyone out there listens to this, plays World of Warcraft and isn't a jerk, uh, we are looking for healers and DPS. So if you are interested, we are more than happy to train new players. We have plenty of new players in the group. We are very nice. As long as you can show up on time and pay attention, and we do make people run, I think, we make everyone run DBM and loot council. Otherwise, we don't really have any add-on requirements. And yeah, it's a really fun, chill group. So please, for the love of God, help us.
Yep.
So yeah. I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I don't know. I watched a lot of people play Hogwarts Legacy.
Sure.
I was very interested in Hogwarts Legacy. I was like, oh, this. I want to, I like Harry Potter. So, yeah, yeah. So no, I had an extremely busy week. I was, oh god, and then yeah, stuff is starting to ramp up with the new department I'm in at work. So it's like, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Oh God. I haven't been up to too much. Played up with some friends, which is fine, except it made me remember that I cannot stand food service work. Want nothing to do with it ever. Making a game about that did not help.
Wait, what game?
Game's called Plate Up.
Yep. It's a roguelike overcooked.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So,
Gotcha. Okay, so it's basically overcooked. Got it.
And
Gotcha.
it's fine. It's a certainly fun game for what you're trying to do, but like, I'm just not a fan of food service, and I don't want to think about it more than I
Fair.
have to. So, and then I think the only other thing I messed around with a bunch of fighting games. Messed around with wiring on my fight stick. Just happened to have just enough wires to get my leverless buttons added into the PCB along with joystick, which
Nice.
was a little annoying, but I got it done. Next time I'm going to put in a 20-pin harness. I don't know why I opted for the individual wire route, but I did. So that's all set up. I haven't decided which way I'm going to go on that, whether I go joystick or leverless. That's just going to have to come playing some fighting games. But messed around in Street Fighter 5, messed around in Tekken 7, messed around in Guilty Gear Strive. I'm thinking, what's that?
Which of the I was just about to ask, which of those is becoming your preference?
I don't have a preference yet because I'm just doing basically training and all. I'm like feeling out characters. I like Street Fighter because of the IP itself. I like those characters and vibe they go for. Obviously, their 2D style fighter resonates most with me and my understanding of fighting games right now. Guilty Gear Strive just looks cool. It feels good.
The music is fucking amazing.
Music is amazing. I've been on fighting game Twitter and people are trying to tell me that Guilty Gear Strive's music is mid, and those people are just
wrong.
They're either stupid or they've been in fighting games for so long, and fighting games just have a reputation of having some of the best music in video games that like it's proof that people who have money will find something to bitch about. Like
yeah.
Fighting game music is just incredible, and then they'll think like, oh, it's not so good.
Well, and like the character theme specifically in Guilty Gear Strive are so good because the lyrics embody the character and like
Oh,
give you another level of depth to the character. So like Milia's theme, right, is about her love for Zato, and Zato's dead, and she's struggling with that. And like Leo's theme is about wanting to. He's killed so many people in battle that he's tired of living. He wants to go into a battle and die. Soul's theme is about trying to find his love and like his troubles with being a gear and a human. Music is so fucking good.
it's so good. Yeah. I'm working on like just finding characters that I like. I went through this whole long thing. I watched like a 2-hour long Tekken video of like, here's how each individual fighter plays, and I'm watching the entire thing. And by about an hour and a half, I realized like, how about I just like create a tier list of the characters that I like, just like looking at and what they are, and then I'll just pick from those like what I enjoy playing. That's it.
So I'm going to be completely real with you that is the absolute best way to that is the absolute best way to play that kind of game.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like it is pick characters you like and then learn them. I will say that now, if you're like me, you end up doing that, and then if they don't work for you, you end up exploring the roster a lot more and finding people you do like.
Yep.
Because like when I started Dragon Ball Fighters, I was all about being a Vegeta and Piccolo main and a Krillin main, but then I didn't really enjoy playing Piccolo or Krillin that much. They were too technical for me. And Vegeta's fine. Like he's okay. I don't love him, but he's like he's good.
Yeah.
But and I started exploring the roster, and I found that, man, like at the time I was like, man, Kid Buu is just sick.
Right.
And then same thing with Gohan. Like we did that first night with the game, and I was jumping around the roster after, or the like first week with the game. I started jumping around the roster, and I like got to Gohan. I'm like, man, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then just and ended up having a fucking great time with it. So yeah, that's my advice though. Pick someone you like. In Tekken, Bob is who I like. He is considered low tier trash.
Oh, I heard he was good and a good beginner person.
Well, this was at the time, so I don't know if it's that may have changed.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But at the time, Bob wasn't very good, and I started messing around with Bob, and I'm like, I'm gonna dress this man like Guy Fieri and just go into ranked. Like that's my plan.
Okay.
And I had a fun time. So that's my advice. Like pick, like who I ended up playing in Tekken the most though was Akuma.
Sure.
Because he translated from Street Fighter, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Exactly, and that makes sense. He's not the easiest of the fighters, but if you're coming from Street Fighter, it seems like the way to go.
Yeah.
So yeah. Basically, what I'm thinking is we're coming to the point where we're actually ready to start doing some fighting game streams. That will be me just for me personally, just kind of jumping around fighting games and just seeing what I enjoy most. Because I think this could go either way. I've been enjoying all three, just poking around in them, but I'm going to be jumping straight into ranked and getting my ass kicked and see which one I enjoy getting my ass kicked in the most.
I am willing to bet it will probably end up being Street Fighter.
I would not be surprised.
And the reason I say that is because Tekken is what I remember Jesse describing as, oh, this is a single player game now.
Mm-hmm.
And Guilty Gear, well, not quite to that point. It definitely has moments like that. So I like Street Fighter, there's a common phrase in fighting games where like, this is an X touch game, which that means like Street Fighter is a 3 to 4 touch game. Even if you are amazing at the game, there are no, like one touch kills for the most part that I can remember anyway. And then same goes for God, what's it called? And then same goes for like Mortal Kombat. Like Mortal Kombat doesn't have any one-touch kills. Same, but like Guilty Gear, if my memory serves, Guilty Gear totally has one-touch kills. Ninja, can you correct me
Not anymore.
if I'm wrong? Not anymore? Okay, well that's nice. And then like Dragon Ball FighterZ totally does. There are totally combos in Dragon Ball FighterZ that, oh, all right, you got touched, this character is gonna be dead.
Right.
So yeah, like it's, and I feel as though that's why a lot of people like Street Fighter in the beginning, is because yes, you will run into matches where you totally just get schooled, like no doubt, but you're not going to be just like, oh, I was touched, I didn't get to play the game.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a process of trial and error. We'll see. I'm interested in all three. King of Fighters 15 is on discount for like $15. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, but
that's a good fighting game.
I'm gonna check that on Amazon because I never picked up the King of Fighters. It's 15, right?
Well, on Steam, last I checked.
Well,
what's the number? And the number of the game is 15.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, $32 still isn't bad. But yeah, so it's
It is $15 until February 16th.
Yeah, problem is I don't want to pick up any version besides the play. I like I said, I like putting all my fighting games onto PS5 if I can / PS4.
Sure.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's what's going on with me. Fighting games, and we're gonna get deeper into them soon here.
Yeah, you actually reminded me. Like, I hopped onto Dragon Ball FighterZ at one point this week, and like I was like, "Fuck, this game is super goddamn fun."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So, all right, cool. What about you, Jesse? What you been into? I heard you're a wizard.
Yeah, pretty much just Hogwarts Legacy this week.
Okay.
It's an open world game, and I'm like super tired of open world games, but it's still pretty fun. The combat is engaging enough. There's a parry mechanic. There's a dodge roll mechanic. The problem with that is that I keep trying to use Elden Ring or Dark Souls controls when I'm playing it, so I keep fucking those up. Yeah, but the combat's really fun, even though you only have like 27 spells and they're not all like attack spells or whatever. It's fun. There's enough variety in the spells. You can do combos. There's a combo counter. You can infinitely juggle some enemies. The story is like, okay, I'm not like super invested in this story, but there's one character in particular from the Slytherin house who is my ride or die. That dude is there for any and everything. It's just the companion system in the game is or the companions you can choose from in the game are
your social
really
links.
Good. Yes.
Yeah, and they all have like their own set of quests and stuff that you can do.
Is there anyone as good as Chie though? That's my question.
Probably not.
Probably not.
And I'm not too far into the game. I think I've only got like 10 hours in it. And I'm just kind of like exploring and doing my own stuff. My character looks really dumb because I'm using whatever gear is good and not transmogging what my character looks like. So he looks like an idiot as he's walking around, which is fine because he's a first-year student at Hogwarts in his 5th year. So it makes sense. He's wearing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I walked in on Asmon's stream. I came into Asmon's stream this week and saw him playing, and his character was just straight up in a knight's suit of armor.
All right.
Yeah,
yeah, you can unlock that pretty early on, and I've got a friend who is doing the same thing. He's wearing a knight suit of armor. You can get like the three curses that you're not supposed to use. I forget what they're called in the
Unforgivable
world. Yeah, the unforgivable curses. Yeah, Crucio, Vada Kedavra, and I don't remember the third one, but you can learn all 3 of them.
Sure.
And then proceed to use them.
Are you gonna be a dark wizard?
Probably because I guess Vada Kedavra one shots everything. So like.
Yep.
Well, damn.
Is there any like consequence to that? Like they got a like Mass Effect morality system? Please tell me they do.
I don't think they do.
Oh, it sounded like they were
the
once.
right asshole to people, or you can be nice to people.
That's weird.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. So like even when you're doing quests for stuff, if
Lame.
you're doing fetch quests for somebody and you go to give them back the item, like your options are here you go, I deserve a reward, or no, I'm going to keep this. And that's as far as it goes.
Okay.
Bummer.
Well,
Yeah, it's fun though. I've been playing it on PC, and like people are talking about performance issues, but I haven't really noticed that.
Well, I mean, you're on a 3080, right? Or 3080.
Yeah, and like the FPS will lower sometimes, and there'll be some stuttering during like cutscenes. But
are
otherwise, it seems fine.
What's your settings and resolution? Also, that's a.
Oh, I'm running it in ultra wide, so it's like 5260 by like 1440, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm running it at ultra. So like I normally am getting like 60 FPS, but during some cutscenes it cuts down to like 7.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, cool.
Yeah, it's a fun game for people that like enjoy the Harry Potter world. It's neat to be able to see a bunch of stuff that exists, but is never explained. Like I think the Hufflepuff house, you never see the common room for the Hufflepuff house.
What?
No.
You never see the common room for the Ravenclaw house, and it's neat to see those like in the game.
Oh, they're in the game. Okay, I misheard you. All right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Fine.
That's awesome. Up until now, you've never.
You don't see them in any other medium until you see them here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
I mean, that's awesome. Like that, that's awesome.
That's exactly what
really
people come
cool.
to that kind of game for.
I'm so intrigued by this game, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be waiting until realistically Black Friday to check it out. Like it's just not. There's so much shit coming out right now, and without dude, yeah, it's crazy. Like it's like I'm looking at like all like next month is RE4, the month after is Star Wars, the month after is Zelda, the month after is Diablo, Street Fighter, and Final Fantasy, all in the same month. The month after that is Pikmin. The month after that is Sea of Stars. Like, like it's like, and this is just stuff I'm interested in and would want to play anyway. Mm-hmm. This is not like, oh, I want to play these for the show. These are games that I would want to fucking just play.
Yeah.
God, like, I cannot imagine if I was like still playing shit just for the show.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, this is just granted. This could be just a good year for me, because like and that is totally a realistic thing. Because like, I'm gonna be honest, the last time there was a year where I was like this excited about a lot of games, it's been a little bit.
Yeah,
but so yeah, like it's so. All right, well, cool. Would you recommend it? Would you say tell people and wait? Like, what's your verdict?
Harry Potter, I'd probably wait.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, and then Emily, you play anything?
I actually did play the demo to Kirby.
Oh,
the new one?
How was that?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It is very much a Kirby side scroller.
Sure. Yep.
So your typical Nintendo game. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. So yeah, the demo only has the first 2 stages and the boss fight, along with an amusement park type of area that you can like look at souvenirs and play some mini games and all that stuff. It's fun. So
okay, that's a decent amount.
I probably would pick this up end of this month. So
yes. Right on. I'm very interested in that Metroid Prime remaster. Speaking of Switch, so
yeah,
it's a matter of like, do I really want to spend $40 on that right now? I'm still sitting on Hi-Fi Rush. I still have plenty of stuff doing Warcraft. I'm gonna be playing a ton of fighters and Guilty Gear here soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never thought I would be weeb fighter guy, but that seems to be my role here in the future.
Embrace it. Embrace the degeneracy.
Yeah, I gotta start playing Melty Blood in the bathroom, right? That's the next step.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna run locals out of the Atlantis bathroom for Melty Blood. Get ready, everybody.
Right.
I like it.
You know, doesn't the Reno fighting game group meet in at UNR?
That's what they do now. I don't.
Oh no, they go to round one now. So they play. I just pulled up their Discord. They're going to round one, but you can definitely set up Melty in the round one bathrooms for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's fucking Jesus. But yeah, like it's because they used to do the Atlantis up in Atlantis's like fighting game center thing, and then COVID happened, and that just murdered that.
Yep.
Like, that just completely died. And then they were running out of some dude's house for a while, which shout out to that guy for having that happen. And then after that, they went up to UNR, and okay, apparently they're on round one now. You're like, I'm in that Discord, but I never like talk anymore just because like they don't really play the games I play. Like that entire community is like, you play Street Fighter, you play Tekken, or you just don't. You know?
Damn.
Like MK was popular for a little bit when it came out, and so was Sam Show, but like it's just mostly Street Fighter, Tekken. That's it.
Yeah.
Now they're doing. So I'm looking at their recent tournament, which was last weekend. Guilty Gear, Tekken, and Soul Calibur.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur especially weird. But
the week
right.
before they did Guilty Gear, Melty, and Tekken.
So it seems like they're really into Guilty Gear right now.
Yeah.
And they're always into Tekken, dude. I remember going to that group and just like every week, just big Tekken crowd. Yeah. I remember there's one dude who would always bring an Xbox One and KI, and I'm like, you're my hero.
This is no good to the people listening to this later, but for the live crowd, Soul Calibur 6 is on sale for $15 as well.
That is another game that I bought that at launch, but I only bought like one DLC character. Sure. So that's that.
Yep.
So all right. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it, guys.
All right. We got a show.
We did.
Thank you for everyone for joining. We have streams this week, you think?
Maybe. I need to get that new capture card working and also find a way to schedule time because I just remembered Tuesday is my day to make dinner for, So I am still hoping, though, that I could do Tuesday for fighting games. And then I'm going to probably talk to my raid leader to talk about streaming our raids.
Yeah.
Just because, that could be fun. I know that the problem with that, though, is that will not have a solid start time. Because we're in this like weird state where we have like a good 8 people, but we're always pugging to at least 2 spots every week.
Right.
So like that means we're supposed to start at 6, but it ends up typically being 6:30 or 7 just because we're looking for people. So
I mean, if you got voice chat going, talk about stuff.
Yeah, that's basically what we do.
Just chill. There's nothing wrong with chilling.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm considering that, and then, I know that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that, though. I just need to really, because I got the capture card working, but I find OBS with a capture card was not as cooperative as XSplit was, but that might just be my lack of knowledge versus the actual, equipment.
Yeah.
And software. So, yeah.
We'll have to find time to mess around with all of that.
Yeah. So
it might be good to if you have time to have a day where we do like a casual stream and mess around with the capture card, and I try to broadcast that to me, and then I throw it up on stream for like a duo stream thing, and we'll mess around.
So what my hope is if we have a free Sunday, which I should soon, if my relatives will leave me alone for long enough. Is to have a free Sunday afternoon where I can do that, because like my schedule right now is like I'm free on most Tuesday nights when it's not my turn to cook.
Yeah.
And then I am free on Mondays if our raid doesn't start, because Monday is like the optional day.
Right.
So it's kind of like I've kind of let them know, like, if we don't have people within 30 minutes, I ain't going.
Right.
And then so yeah, there's that, and then like that's kind of it, and then DGen hours on Saturdays.
Yep.
So like 8 or 9 or later. So if you're up late on a Saturday, let me know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's like, thankfully I can get like 90% of my studying done at work, but it's still, time consuming.
Yep. Well,
Lord.
if you need to be on the up and up about what we're up to, you join our Discord.
You should join our Discord. You should be doing that anyway. Come talk with us. Be our friend.
Yeah.
We're lonely.
If you want a link to that, that'll be on our Twitch channel. So go ahead and look over there. We do have social media, but we tend to communicate mostly through our Discord. So.
Yes. Yeah. So all right.
But I think that's a show, everyone.
That's a show, people. We did it. We did another one.
All right. After the show, meet me in the bathroom for Melty Blood.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
The Melty Blood sets right next to the glory hole.
Jesus fuck.
All right. Talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of your week.
Bye, guys. We love you.
Bye.